This one's called Pall Mall Red. Smoking the 9th cigarette of your 14th last hack is to encounter a lack of pride in yourself. Let that taste of weakness linger in your mouth even after you brush your teeth. You're now past the point of believing that you will throw the remainder of the pack away. Those sentiments belong to your 3rd last pack, just as you gave away the 6th and 10th after smoking most of those packs in a night and waking up vindicated. Determination renewed. From here, you wonder only how long you can drag this pack out and what will inspire the next one. Hope only that it will be in celebration of something you can do. This one's because state highway signs are often in goofy shapes. It's called The Shape of Alabama. A Bengal tiger has never asked permission from the tall, dry grass that it hides in, as complicity is so far from being used that she and I may never know what words to use to pray, but we can still shout at heaven, just as the stars shine only because of darkness, just how the question is demystified when the answer is found, and both matter less by then. This is a little more risque. An hour after orgasms. It starts with a quote from Maurice Blanchot, "We will never cross proximity." Awake next to her, thin mattress on wood floor, thinking of accusations and their truth. My kindness is exploiting the need for affectionate attention. I roll away from her in the open windows, telling myself that sounds more or less like love, life, to relieve accountability and maybe catch sleep before the cats start up or push open the door to climb on my face. Remind me that they need water just to let me know I will always be vulnerable in my sleep, though she says I never am. I never am. I turn back toward her, hold her against me, feel what might have been seep out of her, and know. The thinner air changing nothing about the phone call I was mourning. The whispered words choking out about how somehow my heart had broke more, saying she was dead that first time, than it had been told a phone call before. Maybe even then, I knew I only had to hear it once, but would spend years trying to explain it amid the interruptions of "I'm so sorry," as though 3 years later I needed to hear that rather than tell you what I was trying to. I remember that night, my friend and I both crying in the parking lot of a dirty pool bar as the sun was ducking behind the Tetons. It had taken me 4 airplanes to get to Gardner, Montana from RDU's long-term parking lot, a destination I drunk drove to after a night drowning my misplaced lust. The body searches for better ways to feel, into a girl that only kissed like a mother trying to chase tears away. She was concerned but not interested, and I drove away to punish her with my recklessness, show her how little I could care about what was left in this world for me, as though my mother's death was the termination of all meaning, and other than with my father, my brother, I carried on that selfishly with everyone else, punching through the walls that held my life together. There was a fire sale year where I gave away nearly everything for basically nothing and took any joy to mean everything, and I sped down the HOV lane to living in my car alone. I survived in spite of myself, falling from those heights on that August night and on for 14 months that I barely remember. I feel like Lazarus these days, revived, but with no memory of the other world I passed through, as though forgetting was the price of living again. I know there is solace I never found, barely searched for, yet it never found me either. Tumult comes and goes now, but it's not my keeper. There's a video game a friend showed me where there is no dying, but you must rewind past your mistakes and try again. I have lucid recurring dreams now where I can rewind, a superpower. Waking up, I struggle simply to get out of bed, but I keep reminding myself that that is my real superpower. And I'm going to read a short excerpt from the magazine quickly, and then we'll pass on to the next photo. This is kind of an excerpt from a poetry novel called How to Fall Apart. Several homeless or shelter-dwelling people populate the library to capacity. All of us are hidden away from the cold rain. The woman nearest to me burns my nostrils with the ammonia of dry, piss-stained pants. Clearly she can't read. She flipped through one book of pet pictures and now another of contemporary fashion uses for antique lace. I'm not sure she even knows how to look at pictures carefully. Her afternoon is an exercise in flipping. No consideration invested in the books or anything on those pages. I just want to read these books without having to be drawn so closely into her life, its poorly hidden darkness. I read a small article on spatial disorientation. I can't stop thinking about the metaphor of it. Pilots in small planes that get lost so badly in bad weather that they no longer know which way is up. Spatial disorientation has the same effect on avalanche victims. They try climbing the wrong way out of the debris and just bury themselves. I'm trying to have a real awareness to that issue. The article said you can dig a little space around your mouth and watch which way your spit falls. Something to discover soon. Thanks so much for listening. We're Extra Strata. We're over there, kind of in the shade. It's all right.